Okay, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy X HD Remastered. Today we're on episode 46. This is the originals. So we're going to be doing 1 through 7, and then we're going to be doing Nemesis by itself on its own episode. Only because Nemesis is just so hard, and I'd like to really spend a good amount of time do it justice with its own episode. So let's go ahead and actually get into it. Let's go ahead and do the first one. The first one is... So he's pretty easy. Make sure you use Wakka's attack rails at least twice in the match. If you're able to get it off twice, you should kill him pretty easily. He actually has two phases, one where he stands and one where he lies on his back. In the standing phase, when you attack him, he attacks with the Megaton Punch, and when he's on his back with Flare. If you have two players with overdrive gauges and in trust, you can really take this guy easily. And also make sure your Wakka's strength is greater than 200 when you come into this. One thing is that he drops triple overdrive weapons, which can really help you when you're trying to stat max in this game, and fortune spears. So it's actually a rehash of the Chocobo Eater that we encountered in the beginning of the game. In the Mihan High Road, when we got to the travel agency there. So how this guy works is we attack him, he attacks us back, he kills us. But good thing we have Auto Phoenix, so it brings us right back to where we were. Let's go. The easiest way to get rid of this guy is actually Wakka's attack reels. It might take one or two attack reels to finish him off. But we have at least two characters with the full overdrive gauge, so we're pretty good here. There we go. So all of the creatures in this section you want to kill off as soon as possible, so that we have him on his back. Let's go ahead and entrust our overdrive to Wakka, and also let's heal him. There we go, that's much better. Let's try this attack reels one more time. This should kill him. When he's on his back and you attack him, instead of hitting you with the physical attack, he hits you with an Ultima, which basically is a magic attack. But we got pretty good magic defense against this guy, so we're all right. Oh, it's actually Flare, not Ultima. And that down he goes. And now we have a Greater Sphere, so he's pretty easy, but the thing is that he counters with Ultima every time you attack him with any kind of status ailment. Again, use Wakka's attack reels and Titus's Slice and Dice. Make sure you have Auto Life and Auto Shell if you are a little underleveled. Also have magic defense greater than 200 for the entire party if you stand to beat this guy in the allotted time. Otherwise, you're going to be there for a little while. Also, he drops weapons with 1 MP cost, which can be pretty useful when you're facing enemies such as the Jumbo Flan or the Nega Elemental, because you do have to spam them with spells. Next up, we got the Greater Sphere. So this guy is mostly magic based, so make sure you have really good magic defense before you begin this battle, because every time you attack him, he's going to attack you back with Ultima. And it's going to do a lot of damage if you're not ready for it. What I'd actually suggest doing is actually casting Shell on everybody. Titus already has Auto Shell, so we're okay there. So let's go ahead and cast it on the other guys. And now we're ready to attack him. But let's get Wakka back to pace. There we go. And now let's start attacking him. So we're about to see the first attack. So it didn't do much because our magic defense is completely maxed out. So we're ready for this guy completely. So yeah, that thing is doing nothing to us. Even then, he has 1.5 million HP, so it's gonna be real tough to get rid of this guy really quickly. If you have overdrive with Waka, I would use the attack reels right away, and you should be able to defeat him. But I just wanted to show you some of the battle here. It is a tough battle if you're not able to withstand that Ultima. But we have max magic defense, and we have shell on everybody, so it's doing peanuts to us right now. Hopefully we should have some overdrive now, and we should be able to take this guy out quicker. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Yeah, she didn't want to wake Titus up. That's interesting. Try one more time. Okay, Waka, let him have it. This should take him out quicker. If not already, it should give us an overkill. If not, you know, close enough. There we go. He's out. This is also the only section where they actually have a death animation after every defeat of every fiend here. Next we have Catastrophe. So Catastrophe is pretty easy. He's got about 2 million HP. He has two modes, one where he's within the shell, one where he's without the shell. When he's within the shell, he uses something called Toxic Cloud, which causes poison, confusion, and curse. Just go ahead and use Waka's attack reel there, and he should move into his second stage, where he's outside the shell, where he uses Toxic Spray. Again, use a second one, and it should take him out easily. Don't forget to use Protect in the beginning of the battle, and your Auto Haste and Auto Med armor is going to really help you out here, and really make the battle easy. Next we have Catastrophe. So this guy also is another rehash of a fiend we saw in Kilika, the Sin Spawn we saw in Kilika. He has two phases where first he shows up in this shell form, and then he will show up, and then he'll open up and we'll see the inside form. Lucky for us, he doesn't have any counters in this form here. So again, I recommend just using Waka's attack reels. He's our ace in the hole right now. That should open him up now. So that's his true form. I'm gonna try and get overdrive gauge Riku if we don't kill him already before that. A quick trick to get more hits in is actually using quick hits here. Yeah, it uses up some of your MP, but we got plenty. Can't seem to hit him for some reason. Toxic Spray. Oh well, that didn't do anything. And down he goes. Next up, we have Thuban. So Thuban's got about 3 million in HP, and he counters with something called Condemn every time you hit him, which only causes physical damage, so it's nothing to worry about. But he does use an attack called Rainbow that damages your entire party, and it does Curse, Sleep, Silence, Darkness, and Confusion. So go ahead and look for that. And then make sure you have a high defense and a magic defense before going in. And again, use Waka's attack reels and it should really help you out. Up next, Thuban. So this guy is one of the toughest fiends in the game. He's got about 3 million HP, I think. So we're going to go ahead and prepare for him, actually, because he's got some nasty counterattacks. I'm actually going to start off with auto life on everybody, just to be safe. We don't want anybody dying on us during the battle. The next thing I actually want is I want to put Protect on everybody. So I believe Riku already has Auto Protect. Let's go ahead and put Shell on the other two. So we're absolutely ready for this guy now. So let's go for it. You're about to see his first counterattack. Condemn. There you go. Condom. Alright. So because our defense stat is also completely maxed out, we're perfectly fine taking his hits. Gonna wait and see if we can get Riku to give us some of her overdrive. Okay, Riku, give us some overdrive now. Okay, let's see if we can speed up the process here. Okay, here it comes. Ooh, okay. He's still standing. See, it's that 3 million HP. It's real tough to take out. Condemn. Okay, I'm gonna entrust his overdrive to Waka. Hopefully he gets a full gauge. There we go. Okay, let's try that attack reels one more time. There we go. There we go, and he's out. So this is Nayslug. So Nayslug is pretty easy. He comes in 3 different modes. The first mode is basically the shelled mode, where his defense is pretty high. And then once you do about 2 million in damage, he moves into his sleeping mode, where he heals himself as he's sleeping. And he also casts Curaga on himself. To avoid this, make sure you save Waka's attack reel when he goes into his shell and use it right away to make him go into his 3rd stage, where he comes in without a shell and it's really easy to beat him. He does drop triple AP weapons, so go ahead and look for those. So next up we got the Negaslug. So you've probably noticed that every fiend that we've fought so far has been a rehash of another enemy we've encountered somewhere in the game. Except for this guy. This guy has never been seen before. He's an original creation, and this is the only place we'll ever see him in the game. But those of you who've been fans of the series over the years have probably noticed that this isn't the first time you've ever seen him. You've actually seen him in the previous, in Final Fantasy VII and in 8. you see this creature as a random battle throughout the game, just with a different name. He's not particularly hard to beat because his physical attacks don't do that much. Because our stats are kind of maxed out, we should be able to take care of this guy pretty easily. So the point here is, right now I know we have overdrives, but I'm not using them on purpose because he goes into this slumber stage where he just recovers all of his HP, where we need to use Wakka's overdrive to speed up the process of him to get to the third stage, where he comes back without the shell and his defenses really drop and he's unable to go into this sleeping stage. So this is the sleeping stage right here. We need to turn with Wakka because the regen is really healing him quicker than we are doing damage, and he's immune to any physical attacks. So the only way to really get him out of this is this way, and it's the quickest way. That should take 1,000,000 off or more, and there goes his shell. So this is the third stage of the Nega Slug. He comes back without the shell here. So now he's unable to go into that slumber stage, and his defenses have fallen significantly. So we can actually take him out pretty easily now. Let's try a slice and dice with him. So as you can see, his defenses are garbage now. Before, had we used Titus's overdrive, we wouldn't have done that much damage. And he's out. And then we're nearing the end here. This is Ultima Buster. So Ultima Buster is a rehash of the monster we saw in Mihan. And he's pretty easy. Again, take out the arms because they do block a lot of the damage it takes. And then take out the head because the head does do something called contamination. And then move into the body. It'll probably take about 2 or 3 of Wakka's attack reels to take him out. He does drop AP, overdrive to AP, triple AP, and triple overdrive, which makes it perfect to farm if you're trying to level up really quickly. So almost to the end there, we have Ultima Buster now. So Ultima Buster again is a rehash of an enemy we saw in Operation Mihan, where right before we saw the Carnage of Sin, destroying all those Al-Bhed and Yevonites together, and the Crusaders. We saw him. He was a pretty tough cookie to beat, but in this version of him, we should be able to take care of him pretty quickly. Only because our stats are pretty high, and this guy doesn't stand a chance against us. Let's go ahead and get Riku to give her overdrive over to Wakka so we can speed this process up a little bit. Now that all the other parts are taken care of, we can focus mainly on the body now. We took out the head and the arms already. If you don't take out the arms, it shields the body and the head from some little bit of damage. Not a little bit, it's a significant amount, so make sure you take out those arms before you go for the body and the head. This guy's got a lot of HP as well. He should have been down for the count, but here he is. Oh, that didn't do anything at all. Come on, guys, chip away at that HP. Oh, here comes Ultima. Might take out Titus, but we should be alright. If you're having trouble, go ahead and use Shell and Protect before you start the battle. but it's not gonna do you much good. Okay, the arms are back, so we gotta take care of those guys again. So right one gone. Take out the left. And let's hope we get a turn with Titus. We can entrust his overdrive over to Waka. Alright buddy, entrust it to Waka so we can finish this guy off quickly. Here comes that Ultima again. Let's hope it doesn't kill us. Okay Waka, use your attack reels. Let's see if we can finish him off with this attack. I believe it's about 1 million he's doing at a time, since we're doing 5/9 worth of damage. I'd say about 100,000, right? Doesn't look like we killed him. This guy's got a lot of HP, I guess. Because we've done 2 so far, and then just with normal attacks we've taken off at least another mil. Oh, there it is. He's done. And then last but not least, we have Shinryu. So Shinryu, he's a sneaky bastard. So what happens with him is, even though you have Ribbon or Stormproof, he uses something called Eraser, which basically petrifies you and shatters you the minute he hits you. He'll do that to 2 out of 3 of your members. So make sure that your strongest member lasts at the end. And use Waka's attack reels if you can. He took Waka out in my first turn, so I couldn't really use him in mine. But he's pretty much a pushover. He does drop something called Wings to Discovery, which you can use to break HP limit. And then last but not least, in the original section, we have Shinru. So you could see he just did one of his big attacks there. Yeah, that basically takes you out completely. Just hope that you know, he doesn't take everybody. He won't take everybody out like that, but he will take at least 2 characters out like that. The Eraser, even if you have Stoneproof, it still will not save you from that attack. And then he counters with his physical attack every time you attack him. But at this point, I think we're okay. We can still use. If we had Waka, this would be a lot easier. But we'll have to make do with Titus's overdrive here. Okay, Titus, let him have it. So I counted 6 good hits on him. So that's about 600,000 damage we've done to him so far. Oh, here comes Eraser. Who's it gonna be? Ah, he went for Titus. That's okay. I guess we'll just have to go the old-fashioned way and just keep chipping away at his HP. This is gonna be very difficult to beat him here, but we do have auto protect and we've got max stats on defense and on what's the word? On magic defense and on defense both. So we should be able to withstand any kind of attacks he throws at us, like the shining attack. But I think we're pretty much safe from his Eraser ability now. Let's go ahead and heal since we're so close to, since we're the only ones left. We don't want him using something like the shining on us and taking us out too quickly. Getting our HP back. There we go. And he's out. And that's pretty much it for the original section. Those are everybody we've seen so far. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of Final Fantasy X HD Remastered. This was the originals episode 46. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And we are coming up on an end to the series soon. We'll be doing the Nemesis episode next. Excuse me. And then beyond that, we'll be doing the Dark Aeons and Penance. And then once Penance is done, I think we'll be calling it a series. And after that, we'll be starting something new. We'll be letting you know what game we're thinking about. But if you have any suggestions, go ahead and leave it in the comment. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.